How's it going there, everyone? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing guys a brand new manga discussion for today, guys. And for today's segment, guys, we are going to be talking about the new anticipated chapter for this week, and that is One Punch Man, guys. One Punch Man. You know, I actually haven't done any manga chapter discussions for this actual, I would say, series. So I'm gonna say this is my first actual discussion for it. But like I said, guys, I won't digress from from the outside norm. So let's get to this chapter, guys. Now, folks, this chapter was amazing. There is pure hype on this chapter. Actually, majority of the chapters in One Punch Man are pure hype. The only downside of One Punch Man is just the slow releases that gets frustrated for many viewers. And that personally, guys, even I get frustrated sometimes, and I'm wondering, like, Yusuke Murata, why do you take so long? It comes out so beautiful, but I have to wait at least another week or more, or month after month. But it doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. Luckily, though, this week's chapter was actually fairly interesting, and we actually get involved with actual brand new predicaments involved in this chapter, guys. As we see that, the Monster Hunter Association, we actually are getting more and more involved with this. If a lot of you folks have been reading, I would say, one's own webcomic instead of Yusuke Murata's, a lot of you guys are familiar that this arc that's actually being introduced now is actually very interesting and is actually going to showcase the S-Class heroes more. Actually, they're going to introduce more of the S-Class heroes and showcase more of their powers and showcase what kind of personalities they have. I would say they're going to be more involved in epic fights. They're all going to have a little bit of time to shine in themselves, guys. Unlike, I would say, when Lord Boros came on, we only got to introduce them, but they didn't really have any time to shine. Only like a handful of them got to shine. But in the Monster Hunter Association arc, that arc was in the embodiment of the S-Class heroes, and that's what I love about this. And plus Gairu, guys, freaking Gairu is the embodiment of the freaking Monster Hunter arc, guys. I love this arc that's coming out, guys, and I really am hoping to see what Murata actually has to offer us, because apparently some of these chapters that are coming out, they weren't in the webcomic of ones, but it's still canon, guys. This is all still freaking canon. So everything that's been coming out, it's still part of the main story. It's just that since Yusuke Murata is able to draw a more of a redefined story and more well thought out, it just looks more detailed in advance. So that's what many viewers are actually looking at this and saying, you know what? We can't wait to actually read more and more of what's going on. Now, like I said, the tournament that's been going on, yes, it was involved in the webcomic itself, but it seems pretty interesting, as we're actually going to see, because I mean, from the looks of it, guys, every contestant that's been in the tournament, it isn't like they're not going to be up against, you can kind of say, Saitama. It's not going to be a very difficult task for Saitama. Now, what everybody's been anticipating for is Seiryu versus Saitama. That's what everybody's thoughts on their mind, and that's what I'm wondering too, that what is going on with that. It seems that maybe in the next chapter or in a couple chapters, we might get to see these characters face off, or maybe Murata might give us a little glimpse, and right before they're gonna fight, boom, a monster will come out of nowhere and maybe just like change the scenery, and then everybody's gonna be like, oh, and then Seiryu will actually say, let me show you guys the true strength of what an actual non-hero person does, because it seems that Seiryu is actually showcasing the public that that people that aren't heroes aren't necessarily the only ones that you can look up to. There are actually other people that are stronger and actually have the bodies and powers capable of actually facing off against these monsters themselves. And that's why I'm interested in this character, Seiryu, guys. Seiryu is a very interesting character, very strong, and there's a lot of plot and theories out there in the One Piece community. The One Punch Man community that is actually saying, Seiryu is Blast. In my honest opinion, if he really is Blast, I don't know. It just doesn't really feel like it's Blast. Because if it was Blast, it would be more of a different, I would say, a different representation of how he would come out. I wouldn't feel like this is how Yusuke Murata would want Blast to come out. It would feel like it's too early. Because remember, the Monster Hunter Association wasn't really I would say, there wasn't really too many godlike, I would say, creatures that were involved. So, it just goes along to say that I don't feel like Seiryu is involved. Like, I don't think Seiryu is Blast himself, guys. In my honest opinion, he really is not. Just doesn't seem to be enough facts involved with Seiryu being Blast himself. And plus, we don't remember when introducing a brand new character, you know, there has to be a little bit more exposition into involvement with Blast. You know, if they're just gonna throw out of nowhere and say this is Blast, it would kind of be like a big slap to the face saying like, oh, okay, so this is Blast. I mean, like I said, a lot of manga authors have that tenacity to actually do that for us, but I just feel like in order for make Blast come out with that actually form or that the characterization of Blast himself, I feel like Musuke Murata probably might not go that route. I feel like they're gonna actually keep that route and say, you know what, no, they're probably gonna keep him in the series until probably maybe near the end of the series. That's my honest opinion for Blast. But like I said, chapter 108 was very entertaining. We got to see Child Emperor in the freaking chapter, guys. We're actually gonna see him fight, but no, in the chapter itself, no, Child Emperor was facing up against, you could say like a snake or a poisonous like wielder, you kind of say, a monster, and basically the Child Emperor looked like he was actually taking the upper hand, but you could kind of say that Pig God came out of nowhere and saved freaking Child Emperor. That's what I freaking was loving, you know. We never got to witness what freaking Pig God can do, and holy snap, you know, this guy is actually a lot quicker than he freaking looks. He's an S-class hero for a reason, guys. For a freaking reason. I was actually noticing this guy in this chapter, you know, and it makes quick work of his enemies too. My God, Pig God is actually someone to actually be actually feared at, you know. And, like, I was looking at this character, you cannot take this character lightly in involvement in any of the monsters. But like I said, Pig God, you know, I give props to this character, and actually, you know, he's been poisoned too. So it kind of goes along to say, like, how is he still walking? Did he actually, is he sweating the poison out, or like, is his body like actually absorbing the poison into his system? Like, maybe his body is actually somewhat different from every other person's body, that his body reacts to different kind of poisons, glands, you know, like everything. I just feel like his body might be composed very differently than, I would say, every other hero himself. But like I said, Pig God is actually very interesting, and we gotta get a good glimpse of this character, guys. Now, Geno seems to be actually been taken down in this chapter by someone else that we don't know about. You know, he was facing up against some cockroach monster, and that cockroach monster was actually taking the upper hand. But remember, Genos was actually he said something in one of the previous chapters, said that something else is coming, that he thought it was something else. So maybe it might have been Garu that actually came and demolished Genos. Maybe it might have been him. But then we gotta remember, guys. Remember, Garu is facing off against Watchdog. So no, that can't be the case. It can't be Garu. So we don't know that for sure with Genos. We don't know that. We don't know that. Maybe it could be Black Sperm. We don't know that. It could be Black Sperm, guys. Because remember, Black Sperm was actually a very powerful monster himself, guys. Black Sperm was like, if I remember correctly, he was on par with S-class level heroes, guys. So maybe it could be him. We're not too sure. But the freaking hype is real, though, guys. The freaking hype is real. My thoughts on this chapter was very entertaining, as we actually finally get to see Watchdog versus Garu. This wasn't in the webcomic itself, guys, and I, for one, am interested to see what Watchdog can do. From the looks of it, from this chapter, guys, we actually got to witness freaking Watchdog actually fight in like a couple panels. But it seems that he doesn't really have techniques, as Garu kind of mentioned. He's just basically just bashing, punching, you know, regular standard kicks, but with brute force. That's the thing. There's power beneath his attacks. So there's no technique, but just with power. Kind of like most of the others S-class heroes. They don't really have techniques, except, I would say, Bang, the only one with basically martial arts techniques, since everybody's literally just attack first with lots of power, and then everything else gets shattered in the way. Like, that's basically every S-class hero's philosophy. But Garu himself, no, he actually has technique to take down heroes. So the heroes themselves aren't necessarily, I would say, very well adapted to fighting someone with technique, instead of just, you know, let me just attack you with full, like a charging rhino, just attack full force, you know. But like I said, though, I am actually still excited for Watchdog. I am hoping to see more of his actual techniques. I am actually more interested to know what makes him the S-class hero, what, and also if he actually speaks. So we hardly get to see his character speak, guys. We never really get to. And I'm actually gonna see if Watchdog actually dies, because remember in the webcomic series, Watchdog wasn't really shown actually a lot. So maybe Garu actually might have defeated Watchdog, and you know, or maybe Watchdog was put in the hospital or something along the lines of that, or maybe Watchdog might have kicked Garu's ass and just said, you know, I quit being a hero. We don't know that for too sure. You know, that could be another reason too. Watchdog might have quit being a hero and just said, you know, f this, man, this is boring. You know, he just looks like he's just bored and just doesn't want to do this anymore. But you know, he's protecting his city, and he's actually doing what he's got to do, guys. And like I said, it's very entertaining as to what is going on. I can't wait for Watchdog. And the chapter ends off with Garu actually just about to launch an attack at Watchdog, and that's it. And that was it for the chapter, guys. And I'm just thinking like, oh my god, man, why would you guys do that? Why would you guys do that, guys? Why would you guys do that? Oh, I swear, this chapter was full of hype. And also, Drive Knight was actually involved in this chapter, guys. You know, with his actual involvement, it was actually more of like a WTF moment for a lot of viewers and for myself too, because you know, he wasn't really mentioned that much in the webcomic as well, guys. You know, Drive Knight was just like, we're all wondering what his power was, and they finally showed what he can do, guys. He's actually got a very interesting technique, guys. A very interesting technique. He's basically got like this, you could say like a little powerhouse of cells. Like, I'm assuming it's like atoms that are nanobots that reconfigure themselves, and they actually are able to like transform at will into whatever object that Drive Knight wants. For instance, he did like a sword. He did himself like some quadruple legs on himself against these tiger level monsters. But Drive Knight is actually very smart. Drive Knight actually was shown to say, you know, okay, let me take all these down, but let me save one because I want to know where the actual nest is, because they're all coming out, they're all random. Like I said, Drive Knight was a very interesting character in this chapter, and he seems to be shown very meticulously at what the main cause is, and he seems to know also that something's wrong and something's off about these monsters. Like, they're actually working in an organized fashion too. So like I said, Drive Knight is someone to be feared, guys, and I'm hoping to see more of Drive Knight, because Drive Knight wasn't really involved, and we're back when Lord Boros was mentioning it, you know, and he's actually was like, I'm assuming he's gonna probably be more used in this arc, guys. Like I said, Drive Knight is a very interesting character. Then maybe he will probably talk to Genos in the upcoming chapters and say, you know, Genos, you know, you need to upgrade your moves, or maybe I will save you and, you know, implement some of my technology into yours. You know, like I said, like with Drive Knight, it's something like off about him too, because remember with Lord Boros, in the arc with Lord Boros, I'm sorry, he was telling that you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful with I forgot the name of that character. Guys. I literally ran a blank right there. But it was another S-class hero. I literally forgot the name of that character. I literally ran a blank right now. But like I said though, it's so interesting to see what Drive Knight has to offer. I literally ran a blank there, guys. Oh my god. That was a fail right there. But like I said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter, because this chapter was utterly old. Like, there was so much hype in this chapter, guys. And guys, let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about what's gonna happen in the upcoming chapters? Do you guys think Seiryu is, you should say, is he bang? Because like I said, I personally don't think it's bang. I don't think it's bang. But do you guys think he's bang? What do you guys think of Garu facing off with Watchdog? What do you guys think of that? Like, did Watchdog die, or is he gonna be actually focused more on these chapters? You know, like I said, just doesn't seem like he might be anywhere near there. And also, guys, what do you think about Genos? Do you guys think he got attacked by Black Sperm, or do you think Black Sperm is gonna appear in the next actual, you can say, chapter, guys? Like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you guys thoughts on the upcoming arcs and future chapters that are coming out, guys. Like I said, this arc is very, very interesting, guys. I'm loving how Yusuke Murata is doing these chapters, guys. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day, but don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more One Punch Man content on my channel. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day, but this is Mr. Zen.